Hey y'all! So today I'm here for another Top 5 Wednesday video. This series was created by Ginger Reads Laney, and I will leave a link down in the description to both her channel and to the complete list of the Top 5 Wednesday bloggers and vloggers. Just like last week, I didn't really have anything to choose from for the topic for this week, so I decided to go with the topic from this week last year. So the last topic in January for 2014. And that topic is top 5 favorite authors. Now I know that my choices are going to be just a tiny bit controversial, so I decided that beforehand I'm going to explain how I choose my favorite authors. I actually didn't think too hard about who I consider my favorite authors until I watched a video by Ariel Bissett talking about how she chooses her favorite authors, so I will leave a link in the description to that video. The example that Ariel Bissett used in her video was basically that J.K. Rowling is not one of her favorite authors because she isn't really interested in reading anything that she writes outside of Harry Potter. And I've kind of adopted this philosophy of choosing my favorite authors because if I just said J.K. Rowling was my favorite author because she wrote the Harry Potter series, she has all these other books that she's writing and I have literally no interest in reading. Because I'm not interested in her as an author, I'm interested in one series that she wrote. The way I choose my favorite authors is not based upon who has written my favorite books. It's whose books I'm most excited to see going forward into the future. So I hope that kind of explains how I choose my favorite authors and why you may not see authors that you expect on this list. Let's just jump right into it. Coming in at number 5 on my list is Ernest Cline. Now, Ready Player One is obviously the only novel I've read by Ernest Cline because it is his only novel that he has out so far. However, I'm already eagerly anticipating his new book Armada that comes out this year. So far, both this book and Armada have really piqued my interest. I was really excited to read this one because I thought it sounded amazing, and I feel the same way about Armada. He seems to write about topics that are really interesting to me, and he's a really great writer, and I really like his writing style. So I think that I'm going to really enjoy most of the books he comes out with, and I'm really excited to see what comes next, and to read Armada, because I'm really excited about that, if you couldn't tell. Number 4 on my list is Jay Asher, which may come as a little bit of a surprise. He has 2 books out. The first one is obviously 13 Reasons Why. The second one is a collaboration with Carolyn Mackler called The Future of Us. Now, I really loved this one, and I was pretty disappointed with The Future of Us. But the one thing that Jay Asher novels have in common is that they have really interesting concepts. And after reading 13 Reasons Why, and reading a little sampler of The Future of Us, I was really anticipating The Future of Us, and I was really excited about it because I really liked Jay Asher's first book. And even though I was disappointed by The Future of Us, I cannot wait to see what he comes out with next, and I've been continually checking to see if he's coming out with a new book. Because like I said, his concepts for books are really interesting and unique, and I'm excited to see what book he writes next. Number 3 on my list is Stephen King. And honestly, the biggest reason that Stephen King is on this list is because I really want to read a good majority of his books. I have really liked the ones that I've read so far. I've read Carrie and I've read The Shining, and I've really liked them. I really like the horror genre, and I really like his writing style, especially in Carrie. Like I said at the beginning of the video, Stephen King isn't on this list just because the books that I've read by him are absolutely amazing and all-time favorites, and they're gonna be on my favorites list forever, but more because I've enjoyed what I've read from him so far, and I have a Stephen King TBR that's pretty long. So, Stephen King. Number 1 and 2 on this list are fairly interchangeable, but I decided to go with this one for number 2, and that is Cassandra Clare. Everyone expected this. Obviously, I've talked about Cassandra Clare a lot in the past, possibly in almost all of my videos, but I love Cassandra Clare's books. Yes, she's really only written in the Shadowhunter world, but they're all distinct stories, and they're all separate, and even though they're all within the same world, they're different, and they're different characters, and I just really love all of Cassandra Clare's books, and I think she crafts really great characters, and I'm really looking forward to her next 2 series and whatever she's going to write into the future, because I've loved all of her books so far, and I don't think that's going to change for a very long time. And number 1 on my list probably also is not a big surprise, and that is Agatha Christie. I am in love with Agatha Christie's books. Obviously, I talk about it in There Were None a lot, it's my favorite book, but I also absolutely love her Poirot series. I've read 9 or 10 books from that series, I'm not sure, I haven't counted, but I've loved every single one of them, and I plan to read the entire series and probably jump right into the Miss Marple series after that. I just love all of the books that I've read by Agatha Christie, and I will be really disappointed if I don't read all of her books at some point in my life. So those are my top 5 authors. I know you're all probably really shocked that the lovely J.K. Rowling is not on my list, but like I said at the beginning, I'm not really interested in reading the books that she's published since Harry Potter. Maybe she'll put out a book soon that piques my interest, but unless there is one that piques my interest, I don't plan on reading any more of her books. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe. Check out my blog, which will be linked down in the description. I will also leave my Goodreads link down in the description. Please add me as a friend on Goodreads. I would love to be friends with all of you. And again, thanks so much for watching. Bye!